Hi, my name is Mary Moeller, and I'm with Monterey County Fire Rescue. We're out here with Trauma Star celebrating Earth Day.
Hi, I'm Nettie with Millionaire Florida Keys. You know, I love the Florida Keys, and I know you do too. And this is an environment that we have to protect and preserve. We're thrilled to be here at the airfield today on Earth Day with some amazing people that are doing just that, taking care of our wonderful marine life and our amazing mangroves. You're going to meet them and they're going to tell you about themselves and what you can do to help.
Hey everybody, my name is Dustin Hill at Dynamic Aviation. I'm the captain on the aircraft, the King Air 90. I've got First Officer Stephen Bielek here. We just brought the airplane in to show it off, but we are pilots for the Blue Flux project. We're flying over the Everglades at about 300 feet. We're here with NASA. They're data collecting, picking up greenhouse gases, methane, and the mangroves. In the back of the airplane, we have one of their sensors back here. Then in the front, we have their data racks and where the gases come in from the right-hand wing. Outside the airplane, as far as the modification, they just have a simple pipe, a pickup tube, so that while we're flying, all the gases are being drawn in through that tube.
So I'm Ben Poulter. I'm a scientist at the NASA Goddard Space Flight Center, which is located just outside of Washington, D.C. In Greenbelt, Maryland. And we're here in Marathon, Florida to celebrate Earth Day 2023, to meet with partners, with the public, to let them know what we're doing as NASA in southern Florida. So a couple of years ago, we set up a project to study the mangrove ecosystems in the Everglades and the Big Cypress National Parks, because mangroves are amongst one of the most amazing ecosystems that we have on the planet. Mangroves protect shorelines from storms and played a really important role sort of socially through that protection. But mangroves also provide habitat for fisheries, for birds. They play a tremendous role in sustaining biodiversity. And then the third sort of key role that mangroves have is in climate change. Mangroves are amongst the most productive ecosystems on the planet. They suck up CO2 out of the atmosphere, where CO2 is the main greenhouse gas that's contributing to climate change through the burning of coal and oil and gas. And so society is interested in the role that ecosystems can play in helping mitigate or prevent climate change from happening even further, by replanting mangroves, by restoring mangroves, and by better management of mangroves to help draw down that CO2 from the atmosphere.
And I am the principal investigator for the airborne component of the Blue Flux mission. So we fly these instruments over the mangroves and over the Everglades and Big Cypress National Parks to look at carbon dioxide and methane fluxes coming out of the surfaces there.
Welcome to Millionaire. We're here celebrating Earth Day in Marathon at the Marathon Airport. We're hosted by Millionaire. We've got the NASA plane. We've got Fire Rescue's helicopter. We're here celebrating the mangroves. We're going to be planting and supporting that shallow water habitat. But also, what are we doing next at the History of Diving Museum?
We're here to tell you all about our new exhibit, Aquanauts to Astronauts, which is going to dive into the relationship that NASA astronauts have with divers and how they use diving to train astronauts and all the different things they have in common between living underwater and living in space.
So come to the History of Diving Museum. It's going to open in mid-May and be open through December 31st.
I'm here with Coast Love. We're an all-volunteer nonprofit organization. We specialize in restoring coastlines to their natural and original pristine beauties. So we do that by going through and doing coastal cleanups. We'll clean up debris. We've cleaned in approximately 2.5 years, a little over 30,000 pounds of ocean trash, made sure it was responsibly taken care of. And we also go back and plant native species. So we planted sea oats, which are the things you see in the dunes. They're that grass type thing. They actually burrow into the sand with their roots about 25 feet deep. So they create a sturdy wall of defense whenever the storms come up, and they absorb a lot of impact from the storms, as well as providing a natural habitat. And we also, as we're doing today, plant mangroves. Those are the things you see in all the documentaries, those really cool trees that kind of look like fingers that go into the water. They provide habitats from everything from bull sharks to birds to bugs, and they'll give them a chance to grow when they're young, as well as also absorbing many of the impacts from storms.
Hi, I'm Mary Splain, and I'm with Last Stand of the Florida Keys. We're here to preserve, promote, and protect the Florida Keys and the quality of life of the residents here. We've been around since about 1987, and we really support environmental efforts and are against overdevelopment and over-tourism in the Keys.
So my name is Lucas Lamb. This is Grace McLeod. We're with the Florida Coast Everglades Long-Term Ecological Research Network, a part of Florida International University. We call it the FCLTER. It's an NSF-funded program, one of 26 sites around the country. And really what we do is a lot of monitoring work in Everglades National Park, from marshes to mangroves to seagrasses, trying to understand how changes in water management and freshwater delivery, as well as sea level rise, is infecting these ecosystems, and just trying to help them kind of survive and persist into the future.
So I'm Sean Charles.
I'm John Gewurtzman.
Yeah. So we're here with NASA, East Carolina University,
Yale University,
and basically we're part of this Blue Flux program run by NASA with our collaborators, where we're looking at carbon storage, change in mangrove biomass, methane flux, etc., by land, by air, by sea. And so we're flying these airplanes over the area to look at areas particularly where mangroves have died off, compared to areas where they've come back. And we're looking basically at the flux of the important greenhouse gases that drive climate change.
So today we're here in Marathon, Florida. We're at a Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Area, and we're planting red mangroves and green buttonwood, all native to the local system. And mangroves are not only a barrier to protect the community from storm surge and hurricanes, things like that, but they are also marine nurseries. So within the mangroves, once they start growing, the red mangroves create a mesh where smaller organisms can live, where larger predators cannot get in. We're planting 40 trees total. We're removing marine debris that's been sitting out here for quite some time, that's washed in. So it's a great day.